Yo, 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 welcome back to the Driving to Top Productions and Spunky Spectrum Sports YouTube pages. It is the Big D talking a little championship Sunday with the leader of the Bills Mafia, Jamie Malloy, DJ Dog Tag. So, Jamie, what is the temperature outside your house right now?
Oh, it's cold. It's probably like 10 to 15 degrees, but it's also nighttime. It's 7:58 here, so
Yeah, it's like it'll dip down in the 40s here. No, thankfully, no snow, unlike all the pictures you've seen in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Mobile, Alabama. I think a sports building its roof imploded because of snow, almost like what happened to the Metrodome.
right.
So, although I wish my Jags were playing on Championship Sunday, hell, we can't even get a coach right now. Oh, your team's playing on Championship Sunday for the first time since the 2020 season. And oh wait, guess who you get to play? Literally for what is it, the fourth time in the last five postseasons?
Yeah, and ironically, the last time we made the AFC Championship game was again we played the Chiefs. Didn't go so well, but let's just say that team wasn't this team's matured a long way since then. So
Well, yeah, I mean, thinking back to the last AFC Championship game, I mean, Buffalo was just happy to be there, and I mean, the Chiefs were defending Super Bowl champs, and it was like, well, Josh Allen, the Bills are going to be back, but Josh Allen would make mistakes, and now, different team. I think that was Steph Diggs' first year in Buffalo, right?
it was. You're correct. It was.
And trying to think, Brian Dable was still the offensive coordinator. He had not become New York Giant head coach, and really, the Chiefs were
No,
different.
he left after the 13-second game when they lost the following year in the divisional round to take the Giants job. But
And frankly, the Chiefs were different. I mean, Mahomes was great. Travis Kelce was more in his prime. Tyreek Hill wasn't so much of a head case there, but defensively, the Chiefs were not the Chiefs of this year of the last couple of years, where literally you can't score on them. But you know, what can Buffalo take from the AFC Championship game lost a few years ago?
well, I think they could take Josh Allen was a lot younger then. He was more of a daredevil. They were prone to turning the ball over more. But if you look at coming into this week's game, both the Chiefs and the Bills have set records for turning the ball over the least. So two very well disciplined, well coached teams on the offensive side of the ball with two generational quarterbacks. One is for or one has got 3 Super Bowls. The other one is still trying to trying to finally beat Mahomes, like when Manning couldn't beat Brady the first couple years.
Yeah, in many ways, are we going to compare Josh Allen with Peyton Manning? Because seemingly, Pat Mahomes is Tom Brady. He's got the Super Bowls. He's got the good look. But Peyton Manning, whether it be Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, can't get over the hump. I mean, seemingly, what do you say? When is somebody going to unseat Pat Mahomes in the AFC? Well, it hasn't happened other than the Joe Burrow Bengal team in overtime.
I think the Bills, as much as some people on their channel on the DM don't think they can do it, I think this is a year they can do it. I think I believe everything's cyclical for a reason, and sometimes things eventually run their course. And I really think this is the Bills' time to do it. They're a 2-point road underdog, which isn't bad considering they're on the road at Kansas City. I think they finally break their 0-3 playoff record against the Chiefs, and they also have a 55% chance of winning. And people got to remember, when they played the Ravens, they were an underdog at home and they won that game. So I think the Bills are they're embracing the fact that they're an underdog. They're smaller but faster on defense, and also they're embracing the fact that Josh Allen's done a great job with basically every new receiver except for Khalil Shakir, who was the only one who came back from last year's receiving core.
Well, I mean, watching the Bills, think back from that 2020 team, you all couldn't cover Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce, and I mean different receivers, but it seemed like Buffalo didn't give up big plays. Now what's different offensively? The Bills don't. The Bills might not hit as many big plays, but they don't give you the ball. I think Buffalo's only committed like 8 turnovers this year, which is crazy.
I just mentioned that, and then the Chiefs are pretty close to that too. So,
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen, two best.
and guess what? The last time Mahomes actually the Chiefs had a turnover was against the Bills in back in week 10 or 11 when we played them in the regular season.
I mean, do the Bills take any solace in the fact they've won the last 4 regular season games against the Chiefs?
Well, I mean, yeah, they're happy about it, but they just now I said it's the playoffs and they got to treat it like it's every other week because they know that they've heard the narrative of we beat them in the regular season and we can't do it in the playoffs. And like Josh said, they don't listen to the outside noise. They're just their close knit group. They work hard and they all play for each other and care about each other.
Yeah, and then frankly, going back to last week's game, I don't remember many Bill playoff games where Buffalo won and Josh Allen only threw the ball for like 100 and something yards. I mean, I'm like they turned Josh Allen to Jalen Hurts.
Well, part of that is that's funny you mentioned Jalen Hurts though. But part of it, Dylan, is like I said, they're more of a two-dimensional team now. They don't have to have Josh Allen throw for 300 yards to win. They can have them just officially run the offense. They can air it out when they want to, or they can go old school and just run the ball at will if they need to win. So.
Well, yeah, Buffalo's running game's more capable of winning games. I mean, we've seen James Cook have a big year. I think Ray Davis scored a touchdown.
That's what's actually been different about the last 2 years. Is like I said, our running game's been a lot better with Cook. I mean, like I said, the previous years, like I said, Singletary was a decent back, but he wasn't Cook. So that's the difference.
And you know what else is the difference? Buffalo's offensive line is a lot better than it was 3 or 4 years ago. Deion Dawkins is a top 2 or 3 left tackle in the game, and Buffalo doesn't let you get anywhere near Josh Allen. Like, Buffalo gave up 1 sack, and I don't think I've ever seen a Bill team that efficient. I mean, Buffalo committed 1 penalty, and I'll admit it was an awful call on Deion Dawkins when he just overpowered somebody and they called the holding when it wasn't holding.
Oh, hey, there's holding on. Hey, guess what, Dylan? There's holding on every play. It just doesn't get called. Kind of like in basketball, how there's traveling on every play and it doesn't get called. This is the nature of the beast of that. And
yeah,
but yeah, their offensive line is something that they prioritize. I mean, like I said, this past offseason, they extended Dawkins and then they extended Spencer Brown to a contract. And hopefully the rest of the line will get signed too, like Osiris Torrance after his rookie contract's up. So, yeah, if we can get our whole starting 5 offensive line signed to new deals, that would be great. James Cook, like I said, I think we should pay him this time, but we're going to pay him a reasonable amount of money, not like an insane type of money so he can stay. But this offensive line is I think is a generational offensive line for years to come now.
Yeah, and Buffalo's receiving core is different. Obviously, no Steph Diggs or Gabe Davis, but I think Buffalo doesn't have a number 1, but a lot like the Chiefs, they've got a bunch of good receivers. You know, Shakir, the tight ends, Amari Cooper. They've got guys who can make plays, and nobody cares whether they catch passes. Nobody cares. I mean, I heard Amari Cooper say doesn't care whether or not he gets what, just matters whether they win.
No, it's that everybody eats mentality, and that's how the Chiefs, I feel like, that's how they when they started their dynasty, that's how they were doing it. They were doing it with everybody eats, and the Bills were doing it with superstars. But then, like I said, they finally started realizing, like I said, okay, after that, we need to get a tight end like Travis Kelce, and we go and draft Dalton Kincaid, and then after we barely lose to the Chiefs on a Tyler Bass missed field goal in a game we were favored with and probably should have won, we basically said, okay, let's get rid of our two veteran receivers and build a receiving core where it's by committee and everybody gets a touch of the ball, kind of like what the Chiefs do. And I feel like now you see both the Bills and the Chiefs are built the same way like that in terms of their receiving core.
And speaking of the Chiefs, I mean, you've seen them better than most. The Bills and Chiefs are pretty much like divisional rivals, even though they're not. Why do the Chiefs always seemingly win in January? Is it the coach? Is it quarterback? Is it luck?
Well, I think it's good teams getting hot at the right time. And they always find a way to do, but it's always the quarterback. I mean, like I said, Andy Reid is a good coach, but let's remember when he was with Philadelphia, he got booed out of Philly because obviously he didn't have Mahomes in Philly, but he had Donovan McNabb, and that's why he was still there for 20 years. Like I said, coaching's great, but like I said, main reason why coaches get fired is not having the quarterback. But he found it with Mahomes in Kansas City, and now McDermott's got Allen, and that's why both of those guys are great coaches.
I think what separates the Chiefs from everybody else is that Kansas City's so efficient. You know, the New England Patriots didn't beat people with talent. Maybe that 07 team with Randy Moss, Wes Welker, Dante Stoll, but Kansas City just bores you. Like, how many one-possession games have the Chiefs won? Like 15 in a row? Is that because Patrick Mahomes throws for 350 yards? No. The Chiefs are so much more efficient. I mean, they don't commit penalties. They don't turn over the ball. They get the 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. They not only not allow Mahomes to be pressured, they get after your quarterback. They make the big plays. And we saw against Houston, first play of the game, Kansas City runs a 60-something yard kickoff, and then one of Houston's special teamers, takes off his helmet, got 15 more yards. The Chiefs don't beat themselves.
No, they don't, and very rarely do the Bills, too. So that's why it's going to be a great game. Two teams very well disciplined. They don't beat themselves. They go out to basically beat each other's you know what. So
So, speaking of that, I'm not going to mention his girlfriend because I will probably be banned. I will probably be banned if we mention her name, but Travis Kelce seemingly goes over 100 yards in every playoff game. I'm looking up Travis Kelce.
I know it's like he doesn't do anything in the regular season, but then he turns into Super Kelce in the playoffs.
I'm trying to
Hey, he like how they say Josh Allen's got to wear the cape and tear the cape off. That's what Travis Kelce does in the playoffs. He wears that cape in the regular season, and when they get in, he just tears it off and just he goes balls to the wall, man.
I mean, Travis Kelce averages 87.8 receiving yards in the playoffs, and he's got 20 touchdowns in 23 playoff games. That's crazy.
Hey, good things happen. Good things happen to talented people, and good things happen to talented people and nice people like Travis Kelce. He's talented, I feel like, but he's also, like I said, he's a down to earth guy. You can tell, not really a big ego guy. He's
Big,
about the
not
team
really
winning.
a big ego. Not really a big ego. He's got more ego than Jason Kelsey and his kids put together.
I don't think he really has that much big of an ego. I think he's a down to earth guy. You can tell he is.
Well, I mean, I've seen Travis Kelsey and Andy Reid yell in a playoff and yell during the Super Bowl.
That's normal though. What player doesn't get into a tiff with their coach over over if they missed a play or that's tempers flaring and emotion happening. That's football, man.
Well,
But what he does off the field, like he's a good guy though too.
maybe the most underappreciated member of the Chiefs being Steve Spagnuolo. I mean, seemingly nobody wants to hire Spags, and yet Kansas City's got a top 2-3 defense every year.
Love
What was-
Spags, man. He should be a Hall of Fame. He should be inducted into the Hall of Fame as a defensive coordinator. I mean, people don't notice though. He actually gets credit, I think, for that defensive game plan in Super Bowl 42 and 46 against Brady, where you pressure Brady so many times that if you knock him on his back too many times, you see stars, and he's human. That's what Spags does. He brings the house until your quarterback can't really go anymore.
I think what separates Spags that he's going to blitz, but you don't know where. It could be from the linebacker, it could be from a DB, the corner. I mean, the Chiefs have got guys. They don't have a ton of high paid guys. I mean, Chris Jones and who's the slot cornerback? I can't think of his name. Not the one they traded to the Titans.
Oh, what corner? What corner are you talking about? Trent McDuffie.
Thank you, Trent McDuffie.
Roger Craig or Roger McCreary's on the Titans.
Are you thinking of L'Jarius Sneed?
No, I was thinking of Roger McCreary. He was drafted in the same cornerback class as McDuffie and Kyler Gordon that year in 2022, and Kyer Elam by the Bills in 2022. All those guys.
I think I picked McDuffie over all of them, but good news for the Bills. They did beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the 1993 AFC Championship game, which was played on this day, January 23rd, in Orchard Park. It was actually a game between Joe Montana and Jim Kelly, and the Bills ended up knocking out Montana in the third quarter. I think Montana left the game for concussion. And the Bills won and went to their fourth straight Super Bowl.
And guess what? They the score that they won in the AFC Championship game is the same exact score that they lost in the Super Bowl to Dallas, 30-13.
We should have seen an omen coming.
Yeah, but what I think is also funny is when you go back to those 4 straight titles and the 4 straight Super Bowls, Joe and I talk about this. For those who don't know, Joe and I have a Bills podcast called the Bills Buffalo Sports Conversation Room, and he talked about how during those 4 Super Bowls they were only favored in one of them, and it was against the Giants, and then against Washington in the 2 games against Dallas they were underdogs after that.
And if Scott Norwood hits a 47-yard field goal, maybe the Bills are the dynasty of the 1990s, but that's here and there.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I think they still would have lost Washington and then the Dallas first game, but they could have won the second game against Dallas because they were up at halftime 13-6 in that game, which people forget about that.
And then Thurman Thomas fumbled.
He lost his helmet too.
I guess.
Misplaced his helmet.
Oops.
Twice he did it. He did it at the Metrodome against Washington, and then against Dallas he misplaced his helmet. No disrespect to Thurman, he was a great player, but he was a great running back. I mean, I wrote about him, good guy. It was just a crazy situation there.
So taking a break from the AFC Championship game for a minute. Anybody predict Washington Philly to be the NFC Championship game this year? I didn't. I did not
Well,
pick
Philly probably. You probably predicted Philly, but you probably thought it would have been Detroit and Philly. You said the Rams and Philly, though.
that gum you Saquon Barkley. That gum you Saquon Barkley have to run for 800 yards. But the
People probably thought it was
Washington,
going to be Detroit and Philly, but Philly would have had to go to Detroit. That's why.
and I'll tell you what, I think Detroit smacks them. But of course, we know
Well,
what.
yeah, because Philly's a good home team, but they're not as good on the road. That's why.
But I mean, Jane Daniels is one of 5, 6 rookie quarterbacks to play on Championship Sunday.
I call him big game Jaden Daniels. That guy was just, you could tell he's just naturally gifted at winning the big games. That's how he was at LSU. And then all of a sudden in the NFL, here's this rookie that's coming in and the lights not too bright for him. I mean, you can't coach that. That's just natural. That's a gift he has, natural ability to be able to do that.
I think it's crazy that he's doing this with a below average roster because other than Terry McLaurin,
Brian Robinson Jr. is a decent running back, but
decent. He's not Saquon Barkley. He's not James Cook. He's not.
But he's also only he's still a young back that's getting better, but still.
I mean, the Washington Commanders should not be playing in here, but they beat the Bucks, they beat the Lions, and they didn't beat the Lions. They smacked the Lions, which is hard to do. I mean, your team.
You're right, Dylan. They shouldn't be there, but what do we always talk about? They're a team of destiny, and those are teams you never want to face in the playoffs. You never want to face a team that's a 6 seed, but they feel like they can beat anybody in the postseason. Yeah, kind of like Ohio State and Notre Dame this year. They were both teams of destinies.
Or a little like Pittsburgh when they won Jerome Bettis' hometown, Green Bay, when they beat the Bears at Soldier Field as a 6 seed.
They beat Seattle in Ford Field. It was.
No, well, I mean,
that Super Bowl they were the 6 seed and they beat Seattle at Ford Field, and then Bettis retired after that game.
That's a way to go out. But
yeah, but guess what? That game also debuted a new star running back behind him. How about Willie Parker? He had a 75. The first play of the second half? 75 yards to the house. We were having a Super Bowl party in my house, and I was in the bathroom when that happened, and I missed it.
Oh, I was at a Steelers Super Bowl party, and then Antoine Randall threw the best pass of the game, the Heinz Ward.
Well, that made sense. He played quarterback in college.
In Indiana.
Antoine Randall, he was. And they converted him to receiver.
Hey, Jamie, I've got a question for you. How many rookie quarterbacks have started in the Super Bowl?
How many rookie quarterbacks
have started in the Super Bowl?
Was it Doug Williams, one of them?
No.
Mm-hmm. Or is this a trick question, or is this like
serious? No, it's not. It's not.
How many rookie quarterbacks? Well, no, you can't really say Tom Brady because technically that was his second year, but it was his first full year starting. So that doesn't count because he was a rookie the previous year. So,
it's actually, the question is 0.
Oh, it is 0. I was going to say none have.
5 rookie quarterbacks have started on Championship Sunday. Sean King for the 99 Bucks, Big Ben for the 04 Steelers, Joe Flacco for the 08 Ravens, Mark Sanchez for the '09 Jets, and
Yeah.
Brock Purdy for the Niners 2 years ago.
And then
Unfor-
Jaden Daniels now.
Jane Daniels will be the sixth, but Jane
Yeah.
could also be the first rookie quarterback
To
to
go to a
win.
Super Bowl. Mhm.
Um, what's if? I mean, is Jane Daniels potentially the best rookie we've ever seen?
Oh, without a doubt, no question. He's just like I said. He's a natural born gifted winner. You can't coach. Just saying, like you can't coach that. You can't coach. You can't coach wanting to win, living, smelling, and breathing to win every day.
Yeah, and I really like with how Cliff Kingsbury's run his offense. Let Jane Daniels do here. I mean, they take deep shots with McLaurin. I mean, De'Ami Brown, but Washington's got what I like Washington. I mean, they've got a bunch of guys. I mean, Zach Ertz. Maybe it'll be a Zach Ertz revenge game against his former team where he helped win
Mhm.
Philly's last title.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Maybe he'll fly in the end zone just like he did against New England. Or maybe better yet, Julie Ertz will kick him into the end zone.
Julie Ertz, yeah,
Yeah,
she's
so
adorable.
okay. I'm trying
Anyway,
to keep this PG.
that's why I
Trying
said adorable.
to and tough as nails, right?
All right.
I mean, and for the Eagles, I think, would you say Philly's got the best roster in football? I mean, if we take quarterback and coach aside, do the Eagles have the best roster in football?
Not best roster. How about probably the biggest offensive line that could probably uh form a sumo wrestling team or kick everybody's butt in tug of war. And this is even without and this is with Jason Kelsey retiring too. I think like every guy on their line is like at least 330.
Yeah, the Eagles offensive line control games. Probably. I mean, Jordan Mailata probably a top 2, 3 left tackle in the game.
It kind of reminds me of the Hogs, that offensive line that the Reds that Washington had back in the day when they beat the Bills in the Super Bowl, except this is a modern day version of that.
Or maybe the Cowboys.
Mm.
Cowboys in the '90s.
I don't know. I don't know if they were as big as the Hogs. The Hogs, they were huge.
Yeah, with Mark May and Russ Grimm, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good draft when you get two starters in your old line.
Uh,
But with the Eagles, I mean they've got an awful lot of talent, Jalen Hurts concerns me. I mean,
he's hurt.
yeah,
He's. I think he's banged up after that. He took a beating in that Rams game.
I mean, frankly, do the Eagles need Jalen Hurts to provide more of a pass and attack, or can they just ride Saquon Barkley to New Orleans?
You could. No, I think you got to be 2-dimensional because they already can ride it with Saquon Barkley, but Hurts has got to be able to throw at some point, and if he can, I'd say I think you take him out of the game, let him heal, and play Kenny Pickett just to keep the guy healthy, for heaven's sakes.
Oh gosh, so then it'd be Week 16 all over again.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh no, oh no, you're gonna make my head hurt. But with the Eagles, Saquon Barkley's been unbelievable. I mean, he was good in New York, but now he's breaking 80-yard touchdowns. Is this a
I
case?
still believe, though, like I said, the Giants did the right thing for him because, first of all, he was never gonna the way we value the running backs. I say this all the time, and like I said, that offensive line, just he wasn't gonna thrive behind that offensive line. So you send him to a team that has one of the best offensive lines. He thrives there, and the Giants rebuild their offensive line, and they get a good rookie running back in Tyrone Tracy. Yeah, he only runs for 700 or 800 yards, but that's pretty good as a rookie considering the Giants' offensive line was rebuilt and Saquon was already in an experienced offensive line. So I think, like I said, Saquon has a chance to win a Super Bowl, while, like I said, the Giants have Tyrone Tracy on a rookie deal that they don't have to pay him money like they would to Saquon. So it worked out for both teams, like if you think about it in terms of that.
But the Giants can't let Saquon Barkley go to their arch rival.
I don't. Well, yeah, that's why, because it was the best place for him to succeed.
So with the
It's what no, but think about it, Dylan. GMs don't get talked about this a lot, but the best GMs that are on rebuilding teams, they send their players to better situations, right? So that they can say that they have a cup and or a championship on their resume, rather than sending them to somewhere like not as well run, so that they never win anything, even if it's with them or not. That's why Joe Shane did that. He knew he could send him to a good situation where he could have a chance to compete for a Super Bowl, while the Giants just rebuild with what they have.
so probably the biggest receiving threat from Philly is AJ Brown, and seemingly AJ Brown has been reading more books than catching passes. But I mean, recently against Commanders, this guy's been a freak. 6 touchdowns.
Again, another guy that Tennessee said we're going to send him to a situation where he can go. He and Saquon can go win, and we just ride with what we got in Tennessee.
I can't believe Howie Roseman got AJ Brown, but do the Eagles need more from AJ Brown? Like, I mean, he got 15 targets in week 16. Does AJ Brown need more?
I think he's only going to be as good as Jalen Hurts' health status this week in terms of the targets. If Jalen Hurts is healthy, I think he gets the targets. If not, I think it could be trouble in paradise. He doesn't get as many targets, but he could get a lot of catches.
Yeah, AJ Brown's only.
All depends on Jalen Hurts if he's fully healthy or not this week.
Yeah, AJ Brown's only caught 3 passes for 24 yards in the playoffs. I think that's got to change. But you know what else doesn't have to change for the Eagles? Jalen Carter sacking the other team's quarterback. I don't know about you, but Jalen Carter reminds me a lot of Reggie White. That guy is stupid good.
Well, he came from a stupid good college school in Georgia to do that. So,
well, yeah, and I still can't believe that the Eagles drafted him, the 9th, 10th pick a few years ago. That guy may be the best.
Kobe Dean before he got hurt. Oh,
that guy might be the best defensive lineman now that Aaron Donald's retired. Either Jalen Carter or Chris Jones.
Yeah, well, in terms of the Philadelphia Eagles, you know how they like them. They like their defensive. They like the defensive pieces from Georgia because Kirby trains them well over there.
Yeah, and the Eagles draft a lot of players from Georgia and Alabama.
Yep, makes sense.
And I know Washington just lost the lineman, so guess what? Guess what your reward is? Block that guy. So, what's the key? So, what's the key to each game? First, NFC Championship game.
I think the key is keep playing like the team of destiny. If you're the Commanders, just keep scoring a bunch of points on the Eagles and make Jalen Hurts a quarterback and create turnovers and don't beat yourselves. And I think you got a shot at going to the Super Bowl for the first time since the 91-92 season. And for the Eagles, it's just keeping Jalen Hurts healthy, pounding the rock with Saquon Barkley, and use that offensive line to just sled plow Washington's small, fast defense.
I think for the Commanders, it's simple. Keep going, Jaden. One more. One more. You've been in a major heater, and the Commanders have seemingly won games like this for the last 7-8 weeks, whether it be Hail Marys, 2-point conversions, touchdowns, field goal doinks, Detroit self-destructing. The Commanders are one of those heaters. And for the Eagles, it's simple. You're the better team on paper. Give Saquon the ball. Have Jalen Hurts can move around enough. Philly should win this game on paper. They just can't make dumb mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And for the AFC Championship game, what do the Bills need to win on Sunday night?
Play clean, disciplined Buffalo Bills football. Spread the ball around everybody, but get the running game going on first down with James Cook. Get pound it on first and play team ball. Don't turn the ball over. Obviously, got to win the turnover battle. Stop the run with Isaiah Pacheco. Play man coverage against Kelsey with your corners. And try to get after Mahomes and mix in man and zone coverage against Kelsey and their receivers. And for the Chiefs, what do I got to say about the Chiefs? Same thing. Stay disciplined. Get the running game going with Pacheco. Keep playoff Travis Kelsey going, and that'll help the Chiefs win. And also for the Bills, if it comes down to a game-winning field goal, Tyler Bass has got to make it this time.
Don't go wide. The Bills have
Right.
seen too many wide right kicks over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the Chiefs, it's simple. Do what we do. I mean, Kansas City seemingly won games like this. I mean, it'll probably be a go either way game. And for the Bills, Buffalo doesn't need Josh Allen to throw for 450 yards. They need a clean Josh Allen. I mean, Buffalo has proven over recently that they match up and can beat the Chiefs in the regular season. But can Buffalo do it when it matters most in January? Because you know what? I guarantee Josh Allen would trade all those regular season wins for one Super Bowl. Simply, it's not a physical problem whether the Bills can win. It's a mental problem. The Chiefs are really stymieing everybody. And I think Lamar and Josh Allen face more pressure than anybody because we expect Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson to be in Super Bowls. And neither guys played on the biggest stage. So could Josh Allen finally get over the hump? I mean, Peyton Manning didn't play in a Super Bowl until his 30s.
Yeah, and I think Josh just keeps. It's gonna happen. I don't think it's a matter of if; it's a matter of when. I mean, if he just keeps maturing every year, he keeps cutting down on his turnovers. But this is the game we got to do it here. Everything's cyclical. I think we're in the bowl this year if we do that. And like I said, as long as Josh Allen is there, I mean, we're not going anywhere. We're always going to be in contention to win one as long as Allen shall live.
Yeah. Just hope maybe, unlike Jim Kelly, that Josh Allen ends his career with a couple rings, and not just one from Haley Stein, from his fiance.
Yeah, but like I said, this team drafts well, they develop well, they manage their salary cap well now. So I mean, they're always going to be a contention as long as McBean and Allen are here.
Okay,
and I hope they do get one more Super Bowl, so then when they can raise a banner in this stadium, but then they can also go raise it in the other stadium too in 2026.
All right, Jamie. So where can people hear you?
Well, you guys can find me, yours truly, at Bill's Chat 1, at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also Jamie Malloy, the unbiased journalist, at DJ Dog Tags on X. There's the handle right there. You can also follow me on theforkball.com, where I write about all sports stories. Thank you guys very much. Thanks for listening. But don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Driving to the Top Productions. Don't forget to like, comment, and ring the bell for notifications. And for more content on Driving to the Top Production, please visit our YouTube page, Twitch stream, Apple stream, Twitch stream, not Apple stream. YouTube page, Twitch stream,
And don't forget.
Facebook stream, sorry, not Apple stream, Facebook stream, and X stream, wherever you consume your podcast. Thank you very much for listening, folks. And remember, the Chiefs can be 0 or the Bills can be 0-3 in the playoffs against Kansas City. We could talk about all the regular season wins. We're not big enough. We're too small. We don't have enough talent. But one thing is for certain, to quote our friend Chris Berman, nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. See you next time, folks.